Hi everyone, hi VC friends, people, whoever might be around. I have a smaller stack of records right here compared to what I usually have, because I'm usually bad about these. But I'm going all killer, no filler for this one. So anyway, I'll get right into it. First up, OMD, Architecture and Morality. I had a US copy of this, gave it to a friend, and then I found this first UK copy. So, I mean, I love having UK copies of anything, and this is really cool. Obviously, this is a classic synth pop album. I think it's fantastic. I love this band. I showed Dazzle Ships in my last video. Like that one a little bit more than this one, but it is very good. So yeah, Architecture and Morality, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. This is an album I've been wanting for a very long time. This is Yoko Ono's Plastic Ono Band record on Apple Records. And this is excellent. It's got all kinds of people on it. It's got Ringo on it. Ornette Coleman's Trio is on here on one song, which is sort of what sold me on wanting to try this record for the first time, because that's it's an odd pairing, but it makes sense. It's a great track, and yeah, this is an excellent album. It's a great place to start with Yoko. Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band. This is not new, I just don't know if I've ever showed this before, and I think it's really cool. This is my copy of Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Byrds. Their country offering, very seminal. This is a promo, and it is on Columbia 2i, which is awesome. This is fantastic. I love this album. I don't know who doesn't love this album. Got this at McKay's a couple months ago. I think I paid $12 for it. And Sweetheart of the Rodeo just keeps going up and up and up. Highly desired and sought after album. But anyway, up next, this is another new edition. Cannonball Adderley Quintet in Chicago. This is a live album. It's got John Coltrane on it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, John Coltrane, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers, Jimmy Cobb. It's a fantastic lineup. And like I said, this is just a really excellent live album. This is cheap too. It's really not hard to find. So if you're trying to get some more jazz in the collection, something like that, check this out. It's really, really good. Got another first UK pressing right here. Clear Light Symphony. This is a sort of new, semi-new discovery for me. I knew of it. I saw Derek and Jeff post about this in the VC because it was reissued recently. It's like a colored vinyl version. This is pretty simple, bare bones, UK pressing on the Virgin label. And I got this for incredibly cheap because the seams were completely separated, just full separation. Super glued it back together, and now it's incredibly sturdy now. Yeah, this is an awesome prog album. Symphonic prog, kind of spacey. I'm trying to think of comparisons. I was gonna say Hawkwind, but it's not as heavy as Hawkwind. But it's good. This is an excellent album if you haven't heard it before. Clear Light Symphony, first UK pressing. This is a gift from a friend. Thank you, Natalie. Radiohead, I Might Be Wrong, live recordings. I, like everyone else in the world, am a huge fan of Radiohead. Radiohead was another later discovery for me. I know a lot of people in high school had a whole phase with Radiohead, and that hit me late. It's about a year ago. My partner was telling me, I think that I needed to revisit In Rainbows, because I think I said something silly that like In Rainbows was boring or something. I ate my damn words. That album is unbelievable. And this is so good as well. It's got some awesome live versions on here. Morning Bell sounds amazing. Like Spinning Plates sounds amazing. Idiotech, that's hands down probably my top 3 Radiohead songs everywhere. And we got True Love Waits. So before A Moon-Shaped Pool, this is where you went for True Love Waits. And it's awesome. So good. Radiohead, I Might Be Wrong. Live recordings. Ooh. My favorite black metal albums of all time. Emperor. Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. This is my favorite Emperor album. Like I said, one of my favorite black metal albums ever. Symphonic black metal. It's got synths on it, but none of the synths are overpowering. The horns aren't cheesy or anything. I mean, this is a classic. You don't need me, a random person on the internet, to tell you that Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk is a classic album. But if you somehow have not heard this album and you are a black metal fan, I highly, highly encourage you to track this down. This is a recent half-speed master. They did half-speed masters for all of the Emperor albums. So I'm definitely looking to get IX Equilibrium, whatever it's called. It's the 3rd album. And obviously In the Nightside Eclipse. But this is my favorite one. Emperor, Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. This is a reissue. It's what's playing right now. I was very excited for it, and I waited a while to pick it up. You know, got that stimulus finally hit. Tupac, Me Against the World. Got a little damaged in the mail. I might send it back. Still thinking about it. But yeah, Tupac, Me Against the World. Not my favorite Tupac album. An excellent album. But All Eyes on Me is sort of like it's like the full package for me. It's a bit more upbeat than this one. This is a very introspective, personal Tupac album. He's talking about himself. He's talking about being in jail and getting shot at. And it's wonderful. The production is excellent. Got Easy Mo B on here, producing for Biggie and Tupac. That's kind of a funny thing. But yeah, this is a reissue. It sounds really good. Not amazing. The reviews sort of led me in the direction that this was going to be some crazy good pressing. It's good. It works. Sounds better than a lot of modern hip-hop pressings. But yeah, this is excellent. It's sort of in like the pantheon of the 3 Tupac albums that you go to. Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and I would argue Tupacalypse Now. I think Tupacalypse Now is an excellent record. But yeah, Tupac, Me Against the World. You know what it is. It's the labels. More jazz here. Getting some more ECM recently. Jan Garbarek, Bobo Stenson, Quartet. Yeah, Quartet. Wichita Toe. This is a beautiful album. It is so lush sounding. Very inspired by spiritual jazz, but not doing, as Derek said, it's not Europeans trying to sound like John Coltrane. And it's awesome. The track that opens up side 2, that's just called Wichita Toe, is just immense. It's beautiful. The drums come in. The saxophone is so good. It's such a solid rhythm section on this album. It's like hard to believe that it's a quartet. I slept on this. I slept on this album. I slept on Jan Garbarek. Because the only thing I had heard from him was an album called Rights from 2001. That album's awful. Do not stay away from that one. But Afric Pepperbird, I think, is his first album. That was amazing, and it was basically just like free jazz. But yeah, this is a little more down to earth, but when it flies, it flies. Jan Garbarek, Bobo Stenson Quartet, Wichita Toe. Almost here at the end. Recent reissue, Dots and Loops. Who doesn't like Dots and Loops? And I read amazing things about this pressing, and I am not disappointed by it at all. It's a classic. It's Dots and Loops. It sounds fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful record. Again, you don't need me to tell you about Dots and Loops. You're probably in on Dots and Loops. Not my favorite Stereolab album. That'll probably go to Mars Audiac Quintet or Transient Random Noise Bursts with Announcements. But this is up there. This is just so good. Yeah. Dots and Loops, recent pressing. Sounds unbelievable. And finally, sort of structured this so that the big one would come last. Got a copy of Brighter Later. This is not a UK pressing. This is a first US pressing on the Antilles label from 1976. This is the first time that we got this in the US. It's also the same for Five Leaves Left. We didn't get Five Leaves Left or Brighter Later until 1976. Pink Moon did come out in the US. And I keep my eye on that pressing now and then, but it has gone up. I can remember when I got into collecting, I think that was a $100 record, and I see them for about $500 on Discogs now. So could have to do with the pandemic. But I don't have any Nick Drake records, with the exception of this one. I always keep my eyes on those pressings, because I know they can come around. And it just so happened that I got lucky enough to find this one. Paid up on this, most I've paid for a record in a while. It's about $60 with shipping. That is a completely fair price on this album. There's not a cutout. It's got a little bit of spine wear. The disc is excellent, and it sounds wonderful. You know, Nick Drake, beautiful songwriter, beautiful voice. Yeah. I am very, very happy to have this. This is one of the favorite things that I've purchased in a very long time. But anyway, that's my stack of records. Small one today, but I love everything that I just showed. But anyway, what have you picked up recently? What do you think of what I picked up? Get down there in the comments. Let's talk. Anyway, VC, that is it for now, and I will see you soon.